Did you know that there are a bunch of new Switch games announced every single week? You may have forgotten, because we forgot about this series. We forgot about these videos. We haven't done one in ages, but it's time to bring it back, baby. 9 brand new Switch games announced, and we are going to, together, decipher which ones look promising and which ones look like total duds. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from Switch Force, and it's no secret that the channel hasn't really been the same since Gabe had to step away. And honestly, I have no update on that front. He is still away, and there is no timetable for his return. Life sometimes works that way, where you have to make total shifts, total changes, and it stinks. But that's the way it is. He's doing good. He says hello. He will not be back in the foreseeable future. With that being said, I think it's time to dig out some of the stuff that made Switch Force. And I felt a little nervous and shy to make these videos because, honestly, Gabe and I would always do them together, and doing them solo isn't the same. But hopefully with your support and with a little encouragement, we can get the show rolling again and bring back some of the fun stuff that we did and create some new fun stuff. I want to get more series going. I want to get more fun. I want to bring you guys more Switch goodness on a daily and weekly basis. And it starts with this one. It's always fun to explore and seek the corners of the web for new games that are coming to our favorite handheld hybrid platform. We're kicking it off with Helheim Hassle. Now make sure to let me know in the comments down below which of these games you are most excited to check out for yourself, or which ones you think we should check out. Helheim Hassle grabbed me immediately because it's described as a body desecrating puzzle platform. And I was like, okay, I know a lot of genres. I've been playing games for 2.5 decades. What is a body desecrating puzzle platform? Well, it turns out it's something very cool, and it's coming to Switch the early part of this year. No more specificity on date than that, but it looks like a hybrid between like Flipping Death, Heave Ho, and Ultimate Chicken Horse, which sounds like a great combo. It's got like that Ultimate Chicken Horse, like things are going crazy, you're flying around, but it's not multiplayer. It's actually a narrative-driven game, and it has a stylistic charm that reminds me of Flipping Death. And then it's got like the body part emphasis of Heave Ho, but in this game you're breaking apart your body and you're using all sorts of different body parts for challenges, for puzzle platforming challenges. Also, there's a lot of vomit, and none of the games I mentioned really had vomit, but this game apparently is fascinated with vomit. And it is developed by Perfectly Paranormal. I have no idea if it'll be good, but it definitely is intriguing. It catches my attention because there's heads rolling, there are arms jumping, there's a lot of characters, cool looking levels, pretty art, and then vomit. I don't know what the deal is with the vomit, but you know, if you can get past the hurls, then there may be some fun to be had. So we'll have to wait and see when this one gets a date. I'm keeping my eyes on it. Tecmo Bowl, the original, is hitting Switch immediately. It's $7.99, and it's coming in time for the Super Bowl. My Lions aren't in the Super Bowl, and so I really don't care about the Super Bowl. But Tecmo Bowl is a fun old time. I played it with my childhood best friend a lot. You could get the NES version of Tecmo Bowl on Nintendo Switch Online, but this is the arcade version of Tecmo Bowl, the even more original version of Tecmo Bowl. So if you are not a fan of Madden, or you're just sad that Madden has yet to come to Switch, I don't know if it ever will, it's kind of a bummer, Tecmo Bowl's out. Don't have a lot to say about that one. I do have much more to say about Underhero, which looks really, really neat. This may be the top game on the list for me today. Underhero comes from Paper Castle Games, and it is running its way straight to Switch. And it makes sense because it is inspired by Paper Mario. It is a 2D side-scroller RPG with timing-based combat. So it's not like your typical side-scroller action game. It is like timing-based RPG, like more traditional combat, and it has like quirky characters, silly humor, all sorts of quirky dialogue and charm, and weird stuff happens. You've got leveling up, you've got attack, parry, evading. They claim the soundtrack's wonderful. I haven't heard it, but groovy is how they want you to think about it. There's mini games, there's puzzle elements, some platforming, intense boss battles, and tons of twists and turns. Now, this could be a game that has a lot of stuff in its press release, but then doesn't deliver. And if I'm honest, the art style is a little basic. It's got a good look, but it's a little basic. I do love the stylings of the combat, though. I think that looks fantastic. At one point, you block a monkey, and he's laughing at you, and that just makes me upset. But I want to get that monkey back. And I looked on Steam. This game was actually very well received when it released a while back, so that is good news. If it comes in quick, it might be a good early year fun fest to have on the eShop, and I could easily see Underhero being something mentioned on the when will it ever come, hopefully soon, Nintendo Direct 2020 that we're waiting for. I think this one looks good. The rumor of Paper Mario coming back in full force to Switch is awesome. Cannot wait. I think that's going to be a big deal. I hope it really is true. It sure seems like it. Underhero might be a good way to sort of wet the palate, if you will. Rivals of Aether is finally hitting Switch. They've talked about this for a long time, but now it is confirmed that the definitive edition will be coming to Switch this summer. So it will support 4 players online or locally. All the character stages modes will be unlocked. That's why it's definitive. There's brand new milestones, brand new cosmetics, brand new ways to play. This is like an indie Smash Bros. So they've got characters from Shovel Knight, Ori and the Blind Forest, and a lot of original characters. It's a pretty good game. I remember playing this at a PAX Prime ages ago. Somehow through the Aether, it now is arriving on Switch, but I feel like I played this game forever ago. It's pretty fun. It's charming. You know, I feel like now that Smash Bros. Ultimate is out, games like this or Brawl Out don't have as much appeal because you can just go play the real deal. But if you ever do get sick of the real deal, or you're kind of pissed off that maybe, you know, they didn't bring your favorite character, it's kind of nice to have an extra one of these. I'm sure it'll be cheap, and it's a quicker, you know, you get in and you get out, and, you know, it also has the indie charm. So as Ori and the Blind Forest 2, aka Will the Wisps release, maybe you want to play as Ori, maybe you want to play as Shovel Knight, you're not satiated by Shovel Knight being just a side piece in Smash Bros. This will be out in the summer. All right, Square Enix Collective had a tease of a new game, and we thought it might be connected to a Direct. Turns out it was not. They just announced on Twitter that the Turing Test is coming to Switch. Now, the Turing Test is a pretty cool game. It's one of those games, and by those games, I mean it's like, hey, we're inspired by Portal. We want to do puzzles in kind of a space station-y, sterile environment. This one's all about the Turing Test, which is trying to figure out if robots can be human, and you'll be working on that February 7th for $19.99. They do have a little 10% launch discount if you want to grab it. It came out in 2017. It got pretty good reviews. I liked what I played. I didn't play a ton, but I liked the beginning. Again, it's sort of like fans of the genre. If you like those kind of games, Talos Principle, The Witness, Portal, there's a million others. I don't even remember all their names, but there's so many of them, they kind of all blend together. Cube is one. This one is, I think, more towards the top of the crop rather than the middle of the crop. But it, of course, has been out before, so enthusiasm meter can only reach so high. It's a good game, though, and, you know, good on Square Enix Collective for getting more coming. All right, we also have Pokémon Home hitting Switch. Now, this isn't a game, but some people will treat this like a game. No, it's actually a freaking job. Managing your Pokemon, putting them in boxes, dealing with compiling your Pokemon from different games, transferring them around, trading them. Pokemon Home is a pretty big deal. It's coming February 2020 to Switch, iPhone, iPad, and Android devices, and it's got a subscription model. So if you weren't, you know, you don't have enough subscriptions with Disney Plus and Nintendo Switch Online, Netflix, Game Pass, you now can subscribe 1 month for $3, 3 months for $5, a full year for $16. Now, there is a basic version, but the premium one allows you to move Pokemon from Pokemon Bank. It increases the number of Pokemon that can be deposited from 30 to 6,000. It allows you to put 10 Pokemon in the Wonder Box. There's some other features and benefits that it has. This is not for me. This is for the incredibly hardcore. This is for people that like to transfer and maintain their mecca of Mons from game to game. So if this is something for you, and you want to utilize it with Pokemon Sword, Shield, Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, you can get it on Switch next month. All right, here's what I am going to say is the dud of the list, but you know, you never know, and just because it's the dud doesn't mean it doesn't deserve a little bit of coverage. Top Run is an endless runner coming to Switch. It's coming on February 6th. No price as of yet. It is a fast-paced game with varied, weird enemies. Amazing, they self-proclaimed amazing soundtrack. 100+ missions. You're unlocking stuff for your room. It's set in the 80s, so if you want to level up and customize an 80s kid's room, maybe that will be for you. It looks very basic. It looks very mobile. I can't imagine this being more than a couple dollars. If for some reason you love auto runners and you don't have enough on your phone and you want one on Switch, hey, it makes me think of when I was obsessed with Cannibal. That was a great game. You know what else looks like a really good game? Thronebreaker. Now, this one is already out, but I wanted to call attention because it was a, wow, it's out there. And you expect that from a Direct, but we don't have a Direct, so companies have to do it on their own. CD Projekt Red is bringing Thronebreaker, The Witcher Tales to the Switch. Now, this is a weird one for me because I'm more interested in this than The Witcher 3. Call me a crazy person. I just wasn't the biggest fan of The Witcher 3. I played it over on the other platforms, didn't need to play it again on Switch. Not my cup of tea, but I like the looks of this. I haven't played it. It's $20. I kind of want to. It was really well received. You move around kind of an isometric world. There's a lot of story, and then there's card battles as your combat. I love card-based games. I love Steam World Quest, one of my favorites on the entire Switch, on any genre. I love Slay the Spire, again, phenomenal on Switch. These games are my cup of tea. So, do I dive in because I'm not a Witcher fan, but this card game looks really interesting? They've ended support of Gwent, the Witcher card game, so this is a chance to play Gwent-ish with Thronebreaker. I like the idea. You know, they were initially going to relaunch Gwent as Thronebreaker, but then Thronebreaker kind of spun off into its own ordeal, so I'm tempted to play it. Should I play it? If you play this on other platforms or if you've already played it on Switch, let me know. Should I play it? It could be cool. We've got any more left? We do. ELEA Paradigm Shift is an $8 game coming on February 8th that actually looks very on point. This thing looks like it's topical as heck, and maybe that's why they ported it. It was previously out on PC, and now it's coming to Switch. It is a game that they describe as a deeply personal journey about a woman whose life is marked by loss, grief, and self-accusation in the aftermath of a global pandemic. I think the devs saw coronavirus gaining steam, and they're like, you know what, maybe our game can get a boost from the news cycle. Because it's about the Earth. We had some pandemic, they had to find a new planet, and now this woman 13 years later is going to track down her husband who went to start life on the new planet. I don't know why she kind of let him go, but I guess you'll find out. The story and the concept look very intriguing, but unfortunately I read through the reviews and they're pretty middling. Apparently there is under 2 hours of game here, which seems crazy. Now it's only $8, and I'm all for condensed experiences that are awesome, but 2 hours, it seems like the story is pretty abrupt. I also saw some people worried about like seizure warnings, low quality voice acting, things of that sort. There was talk of really cool twists, so if you're into that sort of thing, it could be fun. And if you just want to play something that maybe soothes your worry and paranoia about coronavirus, this could be for you. But I would expect it to be pretty middling. That brings us to the end of our list, and honestly, I'm super excited for Helheim Hassle. I don't know if it'll be good, but it's just weird, and I really, really like it. And then Underhero, I hope that can do me some old school Mario and Luigi Paper Mario charm and action stuff before we get some official announcement of Paper Mario. Or maybe we'll get Underhero in the same direct that we get Paper Mario, or maybe we'll get an indie world with Underhero soon. I do not know. Thronebreaker has my interest very peaked. I've been playing Legends of Runeterra, the League of Legends card game. Don't really play League of Legends, but that card game is pretty hot. What do you guys think, though? What game are you excited for? You got Rivals of Aether, you got ELEA, you got Pokémon Home, you got Top Run, you got the Turing Test, and you've got Tecmo Bowl. Which one do you guys want? Let me know in the comments down below. Have a fantastic day, everybody. Thanks for your support. I appreciate it. I know it hasn't been the same. I'm doing the best I can. I wish Gabe was here to make videos with me every day. It's kind of stinks. No, it really stinks. It actually really sucks. But hey, you gotta sometimes roll with the punches and keep things going. Put on a brave face and do your best. So I'm gonna try to bring back my best work. You got big videos coming this week, big series returning and staying put, and they'll be improving as they go. So thanks for your patience, thanks for your love, thanks for your support, appreciate it a lot. Talk at me in the comments, hit that like button, enjoy the video. Until next time, everybody, have a fantastic day. Switch Force